humans, but humans nonetheless.
Yes! Yes!
Yeah.
Hey!
Somebody's
What's up,
that
Victor?
hey.
Oh, yeah.
This was happening no more than an hour ago. But
Hey!
Hey, look what's
The
up.
HN.
So we've got Ben, you got in. Yes. Alright, professional guys.
Welcome.
How do you manage to all get in? That's my
What?
question.
I love that.
I
No.
don't have any questions
No,
for her. I'm
no,
just
no,
kind of
no,
here.
no,
to
no.
hear.
I'm just gonna rest on the floor because I need to
I can't walk up.
stuff.
Hey, what's up, Sword Duck?
What's up, man?
That's a nice,
Oh,
nice Argyle wizard
welcome.
outfit
Come
you
on
got on.
in.
Oh,
Take a
geez,
seat.
you're here. Oh, man.
Where's Brian? Yo, Sparky,
Oh,
you're here,
geez.
dude. Can I
My
grab a
friends
Coke?
are supposed
Where
to
you all
join.
at? There's
They're
Geckos.
not here.
Thank you, my dude.
Jesus,
What's he
where are
drawing? Oh,
you?
mustache?
Vladimir,
What to
long
do?
time
Make
no
it
see.
really,
I don't know
really
who
thin.
this is, but
If anybody watches One
someone's
Piece,
got a hand
there's an
here.
eyebrow.
Hey, Nate, sit next to me, okay?
If somebody mentioned an anime,
Alright, let's have everyone
I
take
heard
a seat,
somebody-
please. Take a seat, take a seat, and we'll get started.
Oh, excuse me.
I heard someone
I'm
was
squeezing between you guys.
Alright,
Actually, go
alright.
back, though. I'll just sit here.
Quiet down.
I'm sitting down literally.
Brian's not here.
Names are very colorful today.
Alright.
You good? You good?
Yeah, welcome everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
You.
Welcome to this week's Q&A. Thank you for being here. So,
Yeah.
I think a lot of you have been to a Q&A before. For anyone who's this is their first Q&A, the way this works is we do questions by putting hands up. I'll call on you for a question, and I'll repeat the question so everyone can hear it. Make sure everyone knows what's going on, and then we'll do our best to answer the question. No questions are off limits. You can ask us about anything you like. Obviously, we're keen to talk about all the stuff in the latest update. We got a bunch of the devs here on stage with us, so I'll kind of throw the mic around based on who knows more than I do about what's going on. So, with no further ado, let's get started. I think Carthage was streaming, right?
Yep, we're live on Twitch,
Alright,
so
thank you,
anyone on
Carthage.
Twitch, if you've got a question, we'll bring them in
Mom,
as well.
I'm in the
Hi,
Q&A.
Twitch.
Yeah.
All right, awesome.
Hi, Mom.
Hi.
Alright, everyone's famous now. Okay, so who's got a question for us? Let's get started. I'm going to start over this side of the room. Let's go with See You.
Hello. I would to say you.
Take the mic.
You think? Thank you.
Let's go.
You think when the games is out of beta, the French people are languages for us?
So I heard the French people part. What was the last part of the question?
The language for them.
Oh,
So, like,
yes.
different languages besides
Translation.
English.
I got you. Yeah. So the question is, once we come out of beta, would we localize the game, make sure the text is available in French and stuff like that? The answer is yes, eventually. We're not in a super big hurry to do that because we're obviously updating the game very rapidly. Like every 2 weeks, we're adding new features and changing a bunch. So
I can't
if we
hear.
translated everything, it would go out of date so
Turn
fast.
your volume
But yes, ultimately we want to get there. So, but it's not like
I can
super
hear.
duper soon. I'm sorry about that.
I can't hear anything.
Okay. All right. Who we got? Do we have a question here? Project
Yeah,
4210
hi, hello,
Autumn. Hello.
Hi. So me and my friend today found this glitch to where if you put your finger in point mode, you can play with other people's watches. Like if they lock their watch.
Whoa.
Okay, so we heard about that one. So yeah, this is a report of a glitch
Alright.
that I'm not going to repeat because why spread it around? But yes, thank you. We know about that one. We'll patch it and fix it. But yeah.
You have
But yeah.
to see it. I'm
Yeah.
having trouble hearing. Like I.
All right, let's go with
Some
Hello,
people are having
sorry.
trouble hearing you, it sounds like.
Oh, people are having trouble hearing me? Can you hear me?
I can hear
thought
you.
you
Some
sounded
people are
good.
having
I
trouble.
can't hear you. For some reason, I can't hear
Is he
anything.
muted? Accidentally muted? Possibly?
Carthage.
About half
Let's
the
try
room might be
switching
muted
microphones.
For some reason.
Wait, now I can hear. I can hear.
Okay.
How about now?
I think we
Yeah,
can all
we're
hear
good.
now.
We're good.
We're good.
Okay.
Based on proximity.
Okay, yeah. All right, so hang on. Well, so yeah.
So maybe the speakers aren't working.
Stand
just
in the middle.
proximity?
Oh, are the speakers
one's
not
not.
working?
They're working for
Okay.
me.
Yeah,
that one's not working.
Yeah, they're working now. We're good.
Okay.
I'll fix it
All
later.
right, that's weird. Who programs this game? It's full of bugs. All right. Let's go with. I was going with
Me.
Dude Crew.
Yeah.
Crew, what you got?
Alright.
Yeah. Okay. Someone. Yeah. Mike, dude.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh, I think my
Okay,
network is really not working.
Don't go near the front stage.
Okay, that's great. I've been imprisoned in my room that I've been making for about 2 days now. I finally figured out how to get out. I had to close my application each time. Do you know that's been happening lately?
Can you bring food and water to him?
Yeah.
No, pizzas and cola.
Hang on, say the first part of that question again, Dude Crew.
Okay, I've been imprisoned in my freaking matchmaking room the whole time.
Language.
Sorry.
Christian
Okay, so
You know,
you got stuck in your room, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm kind of mad. It's
hang
hard to enjoy the game when that happens.
Trying to.
I like the
B-Boss, I'm gonna give you the mic. I'm having some kind of network issue on my computer. I'm gonna have to restart it then.
Aw, good luck.
Hello.
Yeah.
Goodbye,
Good luck,
Gribbly.
dude.
Hope you.
All right,
Please
so
do better.
Dude Crew was asking, hey, he was stuck in his room for a while. Yeah, we had a bug where you would get stuck. I think if you were in a group and you were in a room that you had created, that you'd get stuck in that room. I think it should be fixed with the patch that went out today. And because Dude Crew is here right now, maybe that is proof that it actually happened, because he's finally freed from his room. But yeah, that should be fixed now, Dude Crew. Thank you.
I would have starved to death maybe.
Yeah, we'll send pizza next time. Okay, let's go Serial Ninja here in the second row. I like it.
Let's do it.
Okay, are you guys gonna make any plans to add like cash shop items? Because I'd love to support the game, and I don't have
me
all
too.
the time in the world to put into it to unlock some of these things. So, is that anything in the future?
We are. The question is, are we ever going to make items for cash? Is that what you're asking, Serial Ninja?
Pretty much microtransactions. Yes.
Okay, so we're talking about a lot of different ways that we might infuse money into the game, and spending money for tokens is one of them that we've talked about. But we haven't decided on anything yet. Is that in Serial Ninja? It sounds like that's something that you would like to see in the game. Is being able to? Would you prefer to be able to buy items directly or buy tokens? What makes more sense to you?
Buy tokens.
Well, yeah, I think buying tokens makes more sense with the system that you currently have, because if you can just bypass that, then it kind of makes no sense. But that being said, it'd be awesome if you guys had, I don't know, some skins that you could buy directly, and then other ones that are earned with just tokens. Maybe you can meet both ways. But I'm telling you, if you allowed it right now, my wallet is right here.
Same.
And money's waiting for you.
Well, you can send your wallet.
Yeah.
Hey, gifting items would be also a good idea. So maybe not gifting items, but gifting credits.
Yeah, that's definitely also something that we're talking about as a way to gift things or move tokens from player to player. Yeah, that's something that we're thinking about as well. Thank you. All right, let's go to this other side here. Let's go to Joseph Seed, second row.
Do you want to finish this?
Delicious Rupert. Yeah, I'd love it. I'm getting thirsty up here, yeah.
It's got nothing.
Oh, thank you.
Perfect.
Hey. I'm good. I'm set. Thank you. Do you have a question, or no? Just you wanted to give me root beer?
No, you just look thirsty.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
What'd you get, man?
All right, let's go down in front here. Sword Duck.
Okay, I got two questions for you. First off, I was messing around with the density slider and stuff, and I have shooting targets and stuff, it seems. And whenever you have one, they shoot fast and they sensor like trigger sensors. And whenever you put on 11,000, it doesn't move whenever you're getting shot by a weapon. And like getting that in between, I've noticed that like if you want to get it to the right amount, it's around like 20, like so it can get shot and bounce around. But like over 50, it will like stay in place whenever it's shot by a rifle. But having the 11,000 slider makes it really like using that little slider and trying to get like 20 on it out of 11,000, like something is like crazy hard when you got like your remotes. And like I was wondering if you could put like maybe a numerical input, or even like and also I'd like to see for the whole object that you build being able to change the density. Like,
all right, I'm going to give this to Votivator, and I'm going to have him repeat that question and answer it, because I am not sure what that's about.
He wasn't listening.
You okay? Yeah, he wasn't listening.
Okay. So the question was, would we be able to put a better way to change the density on things, because picking a rather small density out of an 11,000 scale is pretty hard. The answer is yes. I wanted to have a kind of logarithmic scale, because like at 1, 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, you usually have interesting densities. So like air, water, lead, etc. So we'll probably have that in a numerical input. This was just like a very first pass. But yeah, it's good to know. I also wanted to get it out just to see what people wanted to do with it, and that would inform what we made the UI like.
Yeah, interesting, yeah.
Okay. Oh, my hands.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was
Okay,
a throw. Alright, let's go to... Is it Sam the Bean?
Yeah.
Second row?
Sam the Bean.
Alright, again, 2 questions. First off, are you guys planning on making another quest, kind of like Western themed or something? Because like you got pirates, sci-fi, fantasy, and well, 2 fantasies. And B, I heard somebody mention One Piece. Is anybody here a weeb, or is it just me?
Hey, what's up?
Oh no.
Hey.
Nate, can you ask?
Alright, so Sam's question, are we going to do another quest? For example, a Western themed quest? So the answer, yes, we will do another quest. And I'll take Western as a suggestion and pass it along to the quest team.
Dinosaurs.
That would be fun. Dinosaurs is another suggestion.
Circus.
I've heard zombies before. I've heard
Circus.
Yes,
circus quest. I haven't heard that one. That's cool.
Look at my suggestion.
Okay.
Meme quest.
And then Sam's other question was, are there other One Piece fans here? And then they said that they were.
Okay.
Alright, let's go to the back. We got a question in the back. Back row.
Oh,
I see somebody waving. Is it Saint Pepsi?
Yeah.
Oh, is Gribbly back in?
Alright, my
Grib, you
question
wanna
is
trade?
regarding the custom rooms. Will there ever be a setting or maybe items in the box that could affect the buying of the rooms?
Yeah. So, alright, can you hear me? Am I?
Yep.
Yeah. All right, I just got back on a different computer, so. So question was, would we ever support lighting, and things coming out of the Sandbox machine that would support lighting in the custom rooms? Yes, that is planned. We got way more work to do that we want to do first on like functional items, like things that let you do room logic and gameplay and stuff like that. But lighting is planned. We have some ideas that we want to do real soon, and then we want to get fancier with that later in the year. But yes, it's definitely planned.
Alright.
So like,
I couldn't hear him.
Just keep going. Keep going.
I can't hear him either.
like an anime club or something like that, right? You could just
Wait, you're...
Alright.
and then you could, I'm just saying, anyone who wants to do that kind of stuff, if you want to like meet up with more people who share the same interests, you can like make an event, and then all of you go to it, and yeah. All right, breakdown events. Okay, sorry, I missed a few. So I'm not sure who's next in line. So I'm sorry if I get it wrong, but let's go Venture 765.
Ooh.
So, I have a question. What about the revive system? Because I've been seeing that pop up, so what's your plan for the revive system?
You mean the revive system in Quest?
No, there's a revive system in the
Laser
new
tag?
Sandbox thing.
Oh, the revive chip, maybe?
Oh, yeah, sorry, okay, now I'm with you. Yeah, so the question was about the revive system in custom rooms. So with this update, we shipped a bunch of stuff that we kind of called player stats chips. And really what that is, it's to enable you to create kind of more complex games. We've seen a lot of the cool PvP games that people have been making. So we're making it possible to manage players, manage player stats, put stuff up on the scoreboard, stuff like that. So the revive chips let you kind of like have a health for a player, and when that health drops to 0, you can like set them to revive and like respawn them and stuff like that. Does that make sense?
Finally, no accidentally killing people with swords.
Okay, cool. All right. What else we got here? Let's go down the front here. Wolf 2634.
So yeah, my question is based on the merchant booth, or that's better suggestion. We already talked while you were gone about microtransaction and the things we could like implement for like tokens. But my thing is, if that's gonna be included, some people like don't like microtransaction. Some people don't have the chance for microtransaction, and so,
Well, they don't have
for
to do
example, the cat ears are actually impossible to get for some people. So, if it's possible, or are you guys thinking of maybe like items for a weekly discount? So maybe like cat ears or other very expensive items are going to be like 50% or maybe 75% down for like a week only, and then in the next week there are other items.
Perfect throw.
That throw though.
So Wolf, so Wolf's question is, will we consider doing discounts for items? Some of the items in the store seem pretty expensive. Will we ever consider doing discounts? Short answer is yes. It's something that we've talked about maybe having sales or doing coupons or something. We don't have an exact plan for that in place right now, but it's definitely something we're considering. Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Let's go over this side. Let's go with lots of geckos.
How many geckos?
Lots.
While we're on the subject of like coins and tokens, will there be a way to like get tokens more consistently or frequently? Because right now it takes like an absurdly long time in order to get any of the 5-star stuff.
We are also talking about ways for you guys to get more tokens. So right now, if you guys don't know, the ways to get tokens in the game, every day if you complete your first activity, you get some tokens. Playing more activities, you can get more tokens. The top rooms, the creators of the top rooms are getting tokens. And I'm missing one. Daily challenges is another way to get tokens. So those are the ways you can get tokens right now. We've got a couple designs that we're toying with of other ways to get tokens. And we're also thinking about other ways to spend tokens. So the token system is continuing to evolve over time. You'll get more items and likely more ways to earn tokens as well. All right. Let's go Bob Ross with a hat.
Yeah. Okay, first off, I actually have two questions. One, why is Motivation not level 30? He's a developer. And two, how are you guys making money at the moment?
Oh, that's a wonderful question. Bob Ross, give me a kiss. That's a wonderful question.
Spends all his time in custom rooms.
Okay, so Motivator's level 27 because he's terrible at Rec Room, and that's where he caps out. That's as good as he gets. Oh my God. Whoa. Okay, and then the question on how we make money. So we've been able to raise money. We have some investors who's given us money to make the game. We've been lucky enough to raise many millions of dollars. And so that's how we're able to make the game free. And so we're basically developing the game, making it free, trying to get as many people as we can play in the game. Ultimately, as we've always said, we are going to start charging for some stuff in Rec Room eventually. We can't make it absolutely free across the board forever. But that's something that'll roll out fairly slowly. And for now, the main focus for us is making it as cool as we can get and get as many people playing Rec Room as we can get. But we're investment funded.
All right, cool.
All right. Yeah. All right, let's go up the back here. I can't. Oh, here we go. Nocturno. Let's go.
Oh, that's a
potion.
Thank you for showing me the name. Yeah, you're welcome. All right, so a day ago or 2 days ago, me and a friend were talking about how there were old TVs in Rec Room. They're like these old little box TVs. So that kind of gave us the idea that what if you guys made like a movie theater that showed not like just any video, but just only how-to videos or Rec Room Q&As, like just showing those specifically, so people can look in the past and see the old stuff or how to do something or whatever, so they don't have to go to YouTube, they just go into that room. So that's a fun idea. Yeah. So the question/suggestion was, we've got some old TVs lying around. They don't really play anything. Maybe we should put how-to videos and have something we've been thinking about actually is I'm not sure exactly when we'll get to this, but we're planning to do some work to kind of get some of the custom rooms more visible in the rec center. And we were thinking that one thing we'd do is like kind of have custom rooms and then maybe a door, which is like, what are custom rooms and how do I build them?
And I could imagine having like a tutorial room or something where you just go in and there's like a combination of holotas and videos telling you what to do. That's a good idea.
Yeah,
I like the idea.
you do own the rights to those videos, right? Well, even though you use them. Yeah, so, you know, you can use those instead of using random videos on the internet. So.
Okay. Yeah, good suggestion. Thank you.
Yep.
All right, let's go with Tweak.
Damn it. I actually have 2 questions. All the outfits we have, will we be able to sell them in the merch booth by any chance?
Well, I was over there. That's where I was.
That throw.
I was standing, and then I moved. Yeah.
You gotta skate to where the puck is headed.
We're working on it. All right. Well, the question was, are you gonna be able to sell the items that you already have back to the merch booth? Is that the question?
Yeah, and also, I have a second question. In any of the Q&As, will we be able to meet Coach by any chance?
All right. So I'll answer the first question, then I'll give it over to Gribbly to talk about Coach. So right now we don't have any plans to let you sell back the items that you have already. Like I said earlier, we are planning other ways for you guys to get tokens, but nothing on the list right now is sell back items that you have. Is the idea that you have items that you don't want anymore and you want to kind of trade those in for items that you do want?
They don't throw.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, I mean, the hope is that we can find other ways for you to get that, but I'll definitely consider the need. I saw some on the Discord too, people talking about this, the desire to sell back items that are less desirable. Gribbly, you want to talk about if Coach is ever going to show up at one of these Q&As?
Coach.
So the question was, can you ever meet Coach in a Q&A? And I would say yes, because Coach is in your heart.
That's the lame man.
Sorry.
All right, let's go with Deep Pig.
Alright, I ask this question a lot from friends that were not able to get here today. The thing is that when it comes to the fantasy quest type, and normally right now it's unbalanced when it comes to sword, shield, or bow, and how do you plan to fix that so there's more variety on your party?
Okay, so the question was about quest, and so when you play like Golden Trophy or Crimson Cauldron, tell me the question again, is like how do we get a balance between swords and shields and bows?
Exactly, so not everyone in the party is using bows.
Oh, I see, so more classes. It's a good question. So I think the best answer I can give you on that one is when we do the next quest, that's something we can think about is how we can have a broader variety of classes. I think it's unlikely that we're going to go back and add another class to Golden Trophy or something like that. Never say never, but it's not currently planned. Does that answer the question?
Yes, it does. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right, who else we got? Let's go right up the back over this side. Let's go with Lots of Hope.
Oh, come on.
Did I get that right?
Could you add a flying quest? I know you guys have flying, but I was wondering if you could add a flying quest.
A flying quest. All right, so yeah, so the question was maybe we could add a flying quest. All right, we'll take that under advisement. I mean, I've talked about this in the Q&As before. Definitely like kind of thinking longer term. You know, our goal is to make the custom room system able to build all kinds of things. Ultimately, we want you to build your own quest-like experiences. And so if we don't do it first, maybe you can build us a flying quest. All right, Carthage, what you got?
All right, we got a question from Twitch here from Cheese Pete, who wants to know: will we ever be able to sell circuits or maker pen objects and summon them in lobbies and stuff from the backpack?
Right, okay, so the question was, would you ever be able to sell Maker Pen or circuit objects and maybe spawn them in different rooms from the backpack? So I'll answer the second part of the question, then I'll hand you off to B-Boz. So yes, we are definitely planning some kind of system where you can package up stuff you've built in one room and then take it to another room and spawn it there, so you don't have to like always build everything from scratch every time in your custom rooms. Don't really have a time frame on that. It's definitely something we're thinking about. We want to design that carefully. So that we kind of get it right and it's very transferable. That's definitely something that we want to do and is on the roadmap for not too far away. For the selling them part, one successful catch. All right. So basically the same answer as Gribbly for selling them. It's something that we get excited about. The idea of you guys creating stuff and putting it on a market, and so other players can give you tokens for it. Like
that's something that we're excited to move towards in the future. We don't have a specific design for it quite yet, and it's something we really want to spend time getting right. But yeah, I feel like it's something that's on the longer term roadmap if we get there.
Yeah, and I think we would start by getting the object model figured out first. So we got like, hey, objects that you can get out of the backpack and stuff like that, and then think about how it relates to tokens. All right, who has not asked a question yet? All right, let's go with CEO. Sorry, Carthage, I'm going back and forth, I know.
Hello.
Hello.
Show off.
Will there be a possibility to try out stuff before you buy it? So something like dresses that I can put it on and see if I like it before I buy them?
Hang on, where are you?
So you mean a suit or something?
All right.
Nice.
Yes, for sure. So one of the weaknesses I think of the store and the watch right now is you can't see the items on you before you buy them.
Yeah.
So some things we're looking at along that path are like maybe you can tap on the item and just see a bigger version of it. But eventually we'd love to get to like a physical space that you're shopping in with other people and you can try items on. Like that's definitely something that we get excited about. So yeah, we want to head in that same direction as you do.
That would be actually cool.
A mall.
Yeah, Walmart. Walmart.
All right.
Wreckmart.
Wow.
Wreckmart.
Okay. All right, I'm ready.
First one, yeah.
Who has not asked a question? Who has not asked a question?
Over here.
1, 2, 3 gamer? All right, let's go.
I got a couple.
Okay, I've only got one answer, I'm sorry.
Well,
Got him.
First off, I was wondering if like any ideas of raising like the level cap from 30 to like I don't know something like 40, 50, or 60 or something.
1,000.
Yeah.
27.
90's a good number.
Okay. Oh, and the second one was like when you like check a player's profile, if it'll be possible to like check the rooms they created like on your watch.
Yeah, okay, let's do those in reverse order. So yeah, definitely we want to add it so it's kind of much easier to see which rooms they've created. As a workaround for now, if you subscribe to someone, it's a bit easier to find which rooms they've made. But yeah, it really should be possible to see which rooms someone's created. So that's something we'll figure out how to add. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Someone said it's also on RecNet, so you can check on RecNet, see which rooms people. But yeah, get it in. Yeah, totally. Yeah, good idea. That's something we should add. What the other question was, I forgot it. Oh, the level cap. So I think, first of all, we wouldn't even think about raising the level cap until Votivator makes it to level 30. So that's going to be a while.
That's actually just what we're waiting on.
Yeah. But yeah, so Big Buzz, this is probably a you again.
Sure.
Oh.
You gotta lead with the basket.
Does this work? Is this the mic? Where did the microphone? I don't even know where it is.
This is why they're not level 30.
Yeah, if I draw a microphone, does that work? So the 1, 2, 3 gamers question was, have we ever thought about raising the level cap? Sure, yeah, it's something that we thought about. 1, 2, 3 gamer, can you talk about like what you would want out of that? Like if we raise it to 40 or 50 or 100 even, like what? Tell me about what you think you would get out of that or why you'd want that.
87.
Okay, I heard something that sounded actually kind of cool. Special items. I guess like if you reach like a certain cap, maybe like you get a certain item that like proves that like you're this level, and mainly like it's your way to get tokens, as people have been like asking. Because once you're level 30, you can't really get like level up tokens because you're already kind of max level.
I heard someone over here mention prestige leveling, which is a system that exists in a lot of other games where like you get to 30 and then you kind of start at 1 again, but you've got a little something next to your name maybe, and then you like go to 30 again, you get another little something next to your name and start over. That's another system we've talked about too. But yeah, so I hear you. So maybe through leveling you would get new items or more tokens. All right, sounds good.
Each time you prestige, you get a bigger afro.
I'm gonna go high.
That was 100% on me. That was catchable throw. That was a catchable throw. All right, who has not asked a question? Up the back here. So I can't read your name. Okay.
Exuberant bat.
Fire hat and B-Ball's shirt.
Exuberant bat.
I was wondering if like because the match proof is kind of like all the items in the match proof is now in the store. Like after like a week, it would come out with like discount items.
And another
Already
question
talked
is
about
if we
that.
could add a mode where we could sell and trade items for like let's purposes.
So the super fireman in the back, who I can't read his name. Wait, maybe I can. Exuberant Bat, is that right? Exuberant Bat. So he's asking two questions. One, maybe the merch booth. Now that we can buy all the items in the watch, maybe the merch booth becomes like a place for selling items, like for on sale. And then the second question was, can we trade items to and from each other? Is that right, Bat? Yeah. Okay. So I kind of briefly answered both these questions before, but like yes, is kind of the idea. The merch booth right now we're using it to like feature items to kind of show off the latest and greatest stuff in the store. I could see it eventually being used to show off items that are for sale or for a limited time only. It's just a place where we're highlighting a bunch of items, and so a sale might be one way to do that. And then trading items and moving items amongst between players, that's another thing we're looking at. One thing that we're thinking about recently is like maybe there's an item in the store that is just that you can give to other people. So you would buy a gift box, and that's a gift box that just can go to other people. Or if someone here had an idea for a T-shirt cannon where you can shoot items, like maybe you have an event and you can give out T-shirts to people. So yeah, we're definitely thinking about ways for items to move from player to player. Thanks for the question. All right, behind my back.
Yeah!
Diving catch.
I love this.
I nearly injured myself, but it was worth it. All right, Notorious, what you got?
Is there ever going to be a plan to enable custom rooms to give out tokens at the end of game?
So the question was, is there ever going to be a system where custom rooms could give out tokens? Here's what I'll say about that. Stay tuned.
That's a...
Sounds like
That's a hard maybe.
All right.
I like it.
HBL.
I love those answers.
Okay, so this is,
The
I
most
think it's a
vague
bug.
kinda like-
That's what I think. Ever since I've been playing since like November, I've noticed that on Oculus in particular, if you're pulling the trigger, it doesn't really activate until you've pulled it like a third of the way in. And this makes it hard to like do variable width of ink, because you can't predict when it starts drawing. I don't know if this is a bug or if it's like Oculus specific, something you don't have control over. Or if you even know about it, but...
Motivated, do you want to talk about this one?
The Vive definitely does it, so...
My baby sister is right here.
So the question was, is there a minimum trigger press to get, you mean for tube extrusions, right? For like the width of tube extrusions?
So like, yeah, when you're like drawing a tube and like, you know, you can squeeze it a little bit to make a thin line. It's hard to predict because when you pull the trigger, it doesn't activate till you pull it like a third of the way. Is that a bug?
Yes.
Is my question. Like, is that a known bug?
It's not a bug, it's a minimum that we set. We might be able to set it lower, but at first, when we first implemented that, like the button had a little noise in it, so like if you set it to 0, it would like start drawing at weird spots, so it would just draw whenever it wanted. But so yeah, I think it's right now set to like you have to press at least 20% of the way or something like that to start. It's definitely something we could change, but we hadn't heard before.
Have some thoughts.
What?
So one thing to think about. So like one thing we kind of find often across like touch controllers and Vive controllers and PS Moves is they're not all the same. You know, yours might be particularly sensitive, someone else's might be less sensitive. So it's hard to kind of get like super precise with stuff like that. I'm kind of, reading into your question like you want more precise control over the thickness of tubes and things like that. So maybe something we could look at is an alternate mode to like manually set the thickness. So rather than trigger, it's like you can set it to thin and it'll just stay there even if you pull the trigger fully. Would that be helpful?
That would be great, yeah. If you could set exactly how thick you want it.
Okay. Well, I enjoy creating work for Votivator, so I'm going to promise that that's happening. That's going to happen tomorrow for sure, without fail.
I'll hold you to that.
I'm kidding. No, we'll put it on the list for sure. Okay. Beautiful Brian.
So, I was going to
I don't know
ask,
how thick you
in
can
laser tag, for example,
Alright, nice
the heads-up display where it shows the score of the
Yeah.
Would you ever be able to implement where you can make custom heads-up displays, like for custom rooms?
That's a really good idea. So the question was, you know, if you play laser tag, that's one of the few. I think it's the only mode right now where you get like a HUD display. So it's got some kind of interface elements that are like kind of on a helmet in front of you. Maybe we could make that available in custom rooms so that you could do a custom HUD and stuff there. Yeah, that's not one I'd really thought about. But it's a cool idea. We'll talk about that with the custom room team and put it on the list. So that's a really fun idea.
Sounds good.
Yeah. All right. Who has not asked a question?
Me.
All right, who up the back here? It's Clarity. Let's go with Clarity.
Though I know we talked about this before, but we need like a speech bubble implementation for mute people. I have a bunch of mute friends that play this.
Oh yeah, so you can do.
Okay with anybody.
You can do like one of these, but type a message in it.
Yeah.
Or something like that, like where
Or
keyboard
something.
just pops up and they just type and
Yeah.
comes up.
Yeah, I think that one. I think that one with. Whoa, people are leveling up all over the place. I think we've definitely. I think we've decided that we're going to do that. It's just a matter of when. We got to like figure out exactly when to do it. But yeah, I think that's a really good idea.
Come here, bro.
Okay.
We're actually so let me kind of we've been talking a little bit about adjusting the espresso menu and making a few changes to how that works, and like maybe like focusing more on facial expressions, so like more of this kind of thing, and making the chats like rather than canned you know, Rocket League style chat, making it so that you always type the chat message. Does that seem like a good idea?
As long as they can communicate and people don't think they're rude during a quest, that's all I know.
Yeah. How much do people use like the chat messages, like this kind of thing? Any people use that?
Yeah, well,
you see
the new
people
people
using it
do.
much?
The new
people?
do. Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah, I feel like for people that aren't using their microphones, if we gave them like the ability to type a message, that might be better. Anyway, if you got thoughts, come to the Reddit, come to the Discord, talk to us about that, because we're thinking about making a change to de-emphasize the canned messages, having more facial expressions, and making it so you can type messages.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Don't let junior accounts have it.
Yeah, no, we can't let junior accounts have it for sure. No, that's for sure. All right, let's go with Jessica over here.
Okay, no, sorry, no.
Jessica.
Okay, no worries. It'll come back to you.
Sorry,
Preset
no.
messages that you can
Okay,
choose.
Let's go with Alifi. What you got, Alifi?
Just
following
up from that. Well,
yeah.
You mentioned Rocket League, so they have the up, down,
Yeah.
left, right, but you can choose what you have on them.
Okay, yes, that's another fun idea. Is maybe like have a couple of slots and you can choose what your chat messages are. Yeah.
But then my question was, are you thinking of any other properties like density and such for the
Zero
MakerPen
gravity.
things?
Yeah, I mean, so in this update we made it so you can change density. So is the question, are we going to do more stuff like that? Yes, for sure. Yeah, like so one thing I would say about that is you know, one of our kind of high priority things right now is adding features that allow you to make stuff move around in custom rooms. And so yeah, adding density is part of that. We've got a pretty interesting plan for like adding the ability to kind of move things around and animate things. So over the next few updates, you should expect that we're going to give you tools to like start moving things in your rooms and controlling them with chips and things like that. Cool. All right. Who has not asked a question? All right, let's do Shoto, Sniper for Hire, up the back here. Shoto, is your mic on?
Is your mic on?
Unmute it. If you have a VR, you may mute.
Who's that?
PS4
Attends,
VR.
demande
Maybe
si,
tap
tu sais,
this and
les affaires dans le laser tag,
Okay,
là.
hang on a second. So let's go with Love Dude. Shoto, we'll come back to you when your mic is working. Carthage, let's come down the front and do Love Dude here.
Love Dude, I it. Alright, I haven't asked a question for a while, and, basically, you guys were planning to add in go-karts. Since now you could fly around and walk around
dans le temps pour
And there's this black thing to cover motion sickness. Well,
Yeah.
whatever it's called.
Okay.
Why
Yeah.
can't you just use it for go-karts? I mean, it's really that simple.
Yeah, motivator.
Yeah, why don't we just
And
make
then-
it?
Yeah, no, it's a good question. It's a good question. So, yeah, definitely, I think I'm hearing a lot of echo. Someone
Yeah.
We gotta.
who's echoing us? Has someone got their speakers on in the room?
It's Love Dude. It's Love Dude.
Love dude.
Is it Love Dude?
No,
Is
no,
that you?
it's Love Dude. It's Love Dude.
Oh, it is Love
I don't know why. It's
Okay, yeah. You might need to mute your microphone, Love Dude.
Put it on push to talk.
Well, my PlayStation,
Yeah, put it on push to talk.
My PlayStation camera is doing the whole thing, not me, so I don't really.
Okay.
know
Well, you
what
gotta put it on
setting
push
is
to
for.
talk anyway, so.
Okay. All right. Anyway, so to answer your question, yeah, go-karts. I mean, definitely the calculation has changed a little bit. About it's a little further along. We've seen that some people can cope with motion sickness better than others. We've got the vignetting features, the kind of thing. So we are definitely thinking about ways to bring vehicles to Rec Room. I don't want to say anything too specific, but I've talked in previous Q&As that we definitely think of that something that we want to support. Definitely, I don't know if we'll add our own go-karts mode, but we want to support vehicles so that maybe in a custom room people can build their own go-karts game. Does that make sense?
Yes. Pretty good.
Okay, cool. All right, who has not asked a question? Neo, let's go with Neo.
Now, do you know, with the exception of the rec.net, do you think we could maybe come with like a mobile app for like phones?
Oh yeah, so yeah. Question is we've got RecNet now, which is like you can post photos and you can now comment on the photos. It's pretty fun. But yeah, question is maybe we could do a mobile app or something like that. We've talked about that. Don't immediately have it planned, but we think it'd be cool. So I think very likely we'll do that in the future, but I'm not exactly sure when. Be cool. Come and find it on the canny. Maybe tell us what features you'd want in that mobile app. Like, would it just be a duplicate of RecNet, or is there anything special you'd want? But yeah, it's a fun idea. We think probably in the future. All right, LZ.
It's actually IZ. That's my first question is, can you make the capital I look more like an I?
No.
Point proven.
But also, can you make the keyboard a little bit more functional, like maybe with a swipe feature or some autofill words so it's easier to type?
Yes. Question is, can we make the keyboard more functional with maybe swipe or autofill? Yeah, maybe. That work is not planned. We've got a lot of other things that I think would be higher priority, but yeah, maybe in what context would you is it just sending messages to people or typing?
Yeah, mostly messages. I feel like sometimes I'm trying to send messages back and forth to people that aren't in the room or with me, and it's laborious to type.
Yeah. I think we'll have to look into if there's an autocomplete library or something we could use, because I don't think we'd program that from scratch. But we'll add it to the list. Hang on, someone's tapping me on the shoulder.
Any other thoughts about? Oh, sorry.
Where the heck is he?
It's usually Bilal.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, Bilal's talking to me. Oh boy, you don't want to know. You want to know.
Say hi for me.
Yeah.
What is he saying?
Everyone's saying hi, Bilal. All right.
Is there a future plan to maybe make tickets and tokens, either some kind of a currency exchange for tickets to tokens?
We're just talking about that.
No, it's slightly different.
Oh, then
Totally different question.
All right. So IZ was asking if we have any plans to do a tickets to tokens currency exchange. Right now, that's not something that we have planned. Where we think of each game as sort of its own economy. We're trying to push more in that direction. I would love to have more higher cost items in laser tag, so that I know there's some players that just have tons and tons of tickets and nothing to spend them on. So that would be cool. But no plans right now to exchange between the currencies.
Right on. Thanks, man.
You're welcome.
Okay. All right. So how are we on time? All right. We got another 10 minutes or so. So let's go with. Okay. Who's jumping up and down with the red name? I can't read your name. I'm sorry.
Shoto, yeah, told him before, right?
Oh yeah, and we gotta go back to Shoto after this.
Can you in a moment in your room, in the dorm room, can you create
You can custom in this room.
Customize dorm room. Can I customize?
Oh, customize the dorm room. So yeah, we've talked about this in the Q&As in the past. You know, currently the dorm room's the only like offline space in the game, so it's kind of like the one place we can send you if your internet connection drops or something. So what we've talked about doing, and I think we'll do sometime soon, is rather than let you customize the dorm room, we'll let you spawn directly into any custom room. So you could like put in your options. You were like, I want to spawn in 2 ferns, which is this room, or any room you own, I should say. So so you could spawn in that. Would that do what you want to do?
Yeah, you can custom the room when you want in this.
Yeah. So I think we would do it that way. But yeah, good question. Thank you. All right, let's go to Shoto.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi again. Can you add like video messages or like voice messages maybe if you need to run that?
Yeah. Okay. So the question is, could we add video messages or voice messages? So rather than text messages, maybe this is a good way to deal with IZ's problem of painful typing. Something we've talked about is, we have holotars in custom rooms so that you can kind of record yourself and play yourself back. It seems like really fun if you could record a holotar message and like, it pops up in your watch and you get like a minitar sized holotar that kind of sends the message. So we'd love to get to that. We got, we're always busy with a million things, but yeah, we'd love to do something like that. So I think. Shoto, you got more?
Yeah, he's giving a thumbs up, right? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool. All right, Turtle.
When?
I was thinking like achievements to get tokens because
I like
think there's not many ways to get tokens. And also another question for junior accounts. Some people like accidentally put junior accounts. Maybe you could there's an option where you could change junior accounts, but in order to change it, you have to verify from your email, from the email that you use.
Okay, so Turtle's got 2 questions. One is maybe an achievement system to grant tokens, and 2, something about junior accounts that I'll let Gribbly answer. So achievements for tokens. So like I said earlier, we are thinking about a number of different ways to get you guys more tokens, and achievement-like systems are one of the things that we're considering. We've the weekly challenges are kind of achievement-like. And so we might do something that feels more like a traditional achievement system in the future. No promises, but it is definitely something we're considering. And then Gribbly, you want to talk about junior accounts? Yeah. All right. Between my legs.
What legs?
All right, perfect. Nicely done. All right, so yeah, on junior accounts, that is Turtle. That's exactly how it works. So if someone gets set to a junior account and they feel that that's inappropriate, they're like, hey, I'm over 13, I shouldn't be a junior account. The way to handle that is to get in touch with us. We'll do a video verification call with you, and then we'll set your account to non-junior. So we have that process in place. If someone gets set to a junior account, they want to appeal it, get in touch with us, talk to Sean. We'll get it figured out for you. Does that make sense?
Actually,
Actually, I have one more question. So when you level up, you get each time you level up, you only get tokens. What if you can get other items? The pizzas, all that stuff, like the potions.
Beer. Not against it.
No, B-Boss is too mean. He won't do anything fun. All right.
I think that's a good suggestion, Turtle.
All right, let's go with Dude Crew again. We got 5 more minutes here.
Okay, so will you ever introduce a real type of gun in the game? Maybe just a real physics.
Oh,
Shut up.
okay.
Alright, so the question was, would we ever add a kind of real sort of gun in Rec Room? Probably not in the official activities. We kind of keep Rec Room in a very sort of fun and welcoming environment, kind of keep it pretty broad. But if people want to build, a kind of more military style thing in a custom room or something, we're fine with that. But I doubt we'd add it for one of our games.
Okay, and will you plan to increase how much stuff you can have in a custom room in the future? Because it's just kind of
definitely always a goal to allow you to build more and more stuff in custom rooms. We try and optimize as we go. It's going to be an ongoing process, but yes, it's definitely the goal is to let you build more and more stuff as time goes on. So yeah, we'll absolutely do our best to make those limits as high as we can. All right, let's do CU.
Oh, Hello. It's not the same CU. We wanted to ask you if you would put more games like hide and seek, Wolverines, or wolf games, or werewolf.
Werewolf and those kind of games.
I heard someone say Papa once.
And a second
That would be
question
fun.
is,
How would that work?
will you geolocalize the game? Like Europe separated from United States and Asia, etc., like they do on other games, and will also split the platforms, PC, PlayStation.
So I'll go in reverse order. So no plans to split the matchmaking on platform. We want to keep everyone one big happy family. We do have global servers, and so we do kind of preferentially matchmake. So if you're on the European server, it'll try and matchmake you with other European server players, so that when you play paintball, the ping and all that stuff is as good as it can be. No current plans to kind of segregate along those lines, but we do have servers in different parts of the world that we use. What was the first part of the question? You asked me the first question, I've forgotten it because I'm dumb.
The first stuff was asking to add more games like where.
Oh yeah, like werewolf and hide and seek and stuff. So honestly, like supporting those kind of games was why we added custom rooms and sandbox mode in the first place. Like, so people have played sardines and hide and seek and different kinds of games. So a lot of them you can play. If there's features missing from the custom room system that prevent you from playing those games, let us know what they are, and we'll try and add them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Pepto.
Hey guys. So this is kind of a suggestion. We used to have on the custom page a list of all the brand new rooms that people had just recently published.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like we're missing that now, and it's a little bit harder for creators of less popularity to kind of get their creations out there.
Okay, good thought. Yeah, we're definitely not done with the room browser. We kind of updated it to support the larger watch view recently, kind of redid it. I think that's a good thought. Like, we might need a way to sort by latest rooms or new rooms as opposed to hot or popular, right? Yeah. Good note. Yeah, we're definitely thinking about how to do that.
A question for a friend. They wanted to know if we're going to see Pirate Quest items in the Sandbox anytime soon.
Yeah. So the question was, will we see Pirate Quest items in the Sandbox? Definitely a question that's come up before. So there's kind of two parts to that, one of which I'm qualified to answer, one of which I'm not qualified to answer. So the part that I'm qualified to answer is, so the kind of plan is, and hopefully this will be coming pretty soon, is we want to retire the Sandbox machine and put all of the items you can spawn in the watch instead, kind of like we just did with the store. In fact, I think what probably the Sandbox browser will look a lot like the store does. So you can kind of go through, and we're sort of holding off adding large numbers of new items to the Sandbox mode until we do that. So once the new browser's done, then we'll add a bunch more items. The Pirate Quest items, they're a little bit special in the kind of degrade and break, and we haven't really thought, that's the only Sandbox item that would do that. And we haven't really thought through all of the rules around what does it mean that you could spawn a Sandbox item and then it breaks and changes state. We don't really know how to think about that yet. But definitely the goal is we want to put all that stuff in the Sandbox machine. We know people want the cannons and the cork guns and stuff like that.
Cool.
All right, Serial Ninja, and then we'll go Greedy Squid, and then we'll do Sparky.
Alright, I want to know if you could make the, or if you guys have any plans to make the consumables, like a permanent version of them, maybe just for personal use? But something along those lines, maybe?
You don't want to share your pizza?
Serial Ninja is, will we get permanent versions of any of the consumables? Serial Ninja, are you thinking of any particular consumable that you want a permanent version of?
Well, I'm just talking, I think it'd be neat if we can have the potions instead of them being one-time use, or even the drinks, or pizza. Maybe something that only the person can interact with. I kind of understand it'd be unreasonable to just give pizza out to people. But almost one that's kind of like a personalized item that you can get for a lot of tokens or something.
Okay. Yeah. It's not out of the question. Like the never-ending drink. Sure. The way we think of a lot of the consumables, we want them to be social. So we want them. A main goal of them is to be able to share the experience with other people. So the part about just you being able to interact with it doesn't resonate as much. But maybe a higher cost one that can spawn as many pizzas or as many root beers. I could imagine that. Yeah.
Okay, I only say personal just because I feel like there's going to be people that spawn gobs of them everywhere.
Right, you don't want to spam a room with a bunch of items. Yeah, I hear you. There might be a way to balance it though. Gribbly? How do you want to do this? Alright, I'm gonna go long.
Okay, I'm ready.
Interception! Wow.
Oh man.
5 points for you.
Alright, Grady Squid, what you got? Grady Squid, is your mic on?
Are you a tardy?
I like how their head was bobbing like they were
We
talking.
never had a colour wheel for the head on this.
Alright, so the question is, will we ever add a color wheel for the hair or stuff like that? Maybe. We definitely hear that people want more hair colors. We gotta think about how we want to do that. But yeah, maybe. Maybe. Alright, Sparky, where were you? Did you have a question?
He's up here, yeah. He does.
For the makerspace.
It was a follow-up question to the Rec Room app. A real good necessity that I see in it is that if you allowed instant notifications or maybe using it to be able to message back another player without needing to be on your headset. That would be
This for that.
to the Rec
Yeah,
Room.
right. So if we did an app on the phone, like you could get like notifications when someone's sending you a message or something like that, and instant messaging back and forth. All right, cool. Yeah. All right, we'll think about that. All right, we'll take 3 more questions, then we got to wrap things up. Let's do Cheese Pete, then we'll come up the back here for Cyan Bob, and then we'll do one more.
I kind of have like 2 questions. So one is, can we have the dorm room as a custom room option?
Can we have the dorm room as a custom room? Yeah, all right, we'll think about that one. Yes, maybe.
And the other one is, in the watch, could you have like a circuit kind of like playground thing so you can just build stuff in any room with circuits and just test stuff out?
I'm not sure I understand that one. So you want to like be able to like just build circuits like anywhere, just in the middle of paintball or in the middle of Quest?
Yeah.
All right. Probably we're not going to let you build circuits or make up and stuff in the middle of Quest. But we do plan to make it so that you can transport things from room to room. So you could be like, I'm working on my circuit creation. I can spawn it in another room and keep working on it. Go to another room, keep working on it. But probably not in the middle of Quest or paintball.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's do Cyan Bob.
Will they improve the thing that, you know, that guy who had errors in the... Well, my question is, will they add furniture? Like, will they add furniture to the shop so then you can, like, customize your room?
What was the question?
Will you be able to customize your damn room?
We're going to customize your dorm room. So we kind of touched on that one earlier. Like, probably not at least not in the near term, but we probably will let you spawn in any custom room, so you can customize that room and use that as your default spawning place. Does that make sense?
Replica of the dorm room.
Okay.
Yeah. And okay, so last question. Let's do anyone who hasn't asked a question over this side, who has not asked a question. All right, let's go with Infinity Gamer, and then we'll call it.
Alright, I just want to say I love you guys' game.
Thank you.
I've been having an issue on RecNet. The feature with deleting rooms. I go through the process, I type in the name in order to delete it, but the room continues to stay in my list of worlds. And
okay. All right, so that's a report of. So yeah, we added it so you can delete custom rooms on RecNet. You kind of have to like confirm the name of the room and stuff to make sure. But you're saying it doesn't go away when you do that. All right, I'll go yell at Crumbs. He messed that up, obviously. All right. So we're gonna call it there. Thank you everyone for coming. We love you. Thank you for playing Rec Room.
Thank you.
And yeah, find us on the Reddit. Find us on the Discord. Let us know what you like. Let us know what you don't like. We want to make things as good as we can for you. And we'll talk to you in a couple of weeks.
Can
All
I
right.
ask another
Bye.
question on Discord?
We'll try and help vote.
Can I ask another question on Discord?
Yeah, of course.
Wait, what channel should I
He's
put
one
it
with
on?
Coach now.
Discussion is always a good one.
Okay, I will.
I gotta go. I gotta run. All sorry.
Can I touch your hand?